Hey everyone. I just felt like kind of doing this quick reaction to this article over here. It's called Doctor Who's Season 12 was the series' best in years. Thought we might have some fun with this. I skimmed it a little bit beforehand, but I thought I might as well just read it out to y'all just to see everyone's thoughts. So let's go over here. By Ian Cardona. By CBR.com. And yeah, obviously there's spoilers for the season, so if you haven't watched it by any chance, don't watch the video, I guess, or do, whatever you want to do. The start of the new year brought with it a new season of Doctor Who. It had been a long wait for fans, considering it had been exactly a year since the series' last episode, the 2019 New Year's Day special Resolution, had aired. What's more, there was a lot of anticipation for the BBC series' return, given that Season 11 somewhat divided the fanbase, with some viewers loving its standalone episodes, which worked with a mandate of featuring nothing but new villains, while others longed for the return to an overarching storyline and classic villains. That's a fair point, but, most of the quality could have been better, admittedly. That finale was pretty weak for Series 11, let's be real. With the 10-episode Season 12, Doctor Who delivered a perfect mix of old and new, and of episodic and serialized stories. And as a result, the series gave fans its best season in years. Yeah, I mean, it's subjective, but I don't know about that. And we got a picture of the Master here. Doctor Who Season 12 hit the ground running with its two-part season premiere, Spyfall. The season opener brought forth a kinetic sense of energy, and the introduction of Sacha Dhawan's Master left fans surprised beyond belief. The new version of the classic villain was as mad as he was charming, and he only left fans wanting more. Moreover, the character's return led to the start of a season-long mystery that tied back to Whittaker's second episode in the series in the form of the Timeless Child. Well, the Master definitely was very interesting, but there was a lot of questions about, how this fit into the timeline, since the Master kind of went against the redemption arc we got in series 10 seems to have been non-existent. It wasn't even mentioned at all, so that's unfortunate. There's been some explanations saying he's before Missy, but who can really say at this point? Still seems like a throwback. Things only grew better from there, with standalone episodes that delivered on some classic Who tropes, offering new twists and inspired adventures set in the future, the past, and different corners of the universe. Oh yeah, like Orphan 55, right? That everyone seemed to love that one, right? Yeah. Then the season delivered a massive twist with the introduction of another version of the Doctor, played by the uber-cool Jo Martin. Her introduction changed the scope of the entire series and made things all the more mysterious at the season's halfway point. That is true. Jo Martin's Doctor was interesting. Although the explanation or lack thereof, maybe, depending on what was actually said, for her in the finale was a little questionable, but, I got nothing against Jo Martin herself. Arguably, she did better than Jodie, so. This all led to an epic 3-part finale that involved Cybermen, the Master, and the revelation to end all revelations. The Doctor is the Timeless Child. She is not who we think she is. She is far older, and she comes from a universe or a dimension that fans know nothing about. The very fabric of the 57-year-old series has just been changed, and has revitalized it in a manner that has never been done before. Probably because that wouldn't have been a good idea. Suddenly there is a real sense of mystery of the unknown around the Doctor, and no one has any idea what to expect next. Well, I don't know, not really. If you kind of explain that she's not a Time Lord, specifically, and that she kind of led to regeneration, you've kind of taken away some mystery, if we're being fair. Granted, there's some mystery surrounding the division and stuff, but, I don't know if it's really good, per se. Especially if we gotta, retcon a bunch of stuff to do so. It just seems a little needless. What's more, while Season 11 examined the Doctor more as an adventure seeker, Season 12 made her a much more three-dimensional, fully realized character. Fans once again got the sense that she had been alive for thousands of years, that she had loved and lost, and that she was like no one else in the entire universe. Season 12 not only allowed Jodie Whittaker to show her incredible range, but it also allowed fans to get a much better grasp of her take as the immortal Time Lord. That is kind of true. Jodie was a bit better in this season, I think. They definitely put her through some trials and stuff. Though I kind of feel like the resolution on some things, like the companion dynamics, could have been led to something more, which maybe we'll see in the special. Who knows? And while the idea of like her not knowing her past leading to doubt is good, like the resolution feels a little convenient, or it could have been examined more possibly. And we kind of get it twice, so it's like it's a little annoying. Doctor Who has seen plenty of ups and downs in recent years. The series reached new heights of popularity when Matt Smith joined the series as the 11th Doctor, and in its 5th season, the show reached new audiences. Which kind of seems like the same thing, but okay. Becoming bigger than ever for a few years. However, its popularity quieted down after Smith's departure. With Peter Capaldi's 12th Doctor, the series kept a stable balance and delivered good, if not stellar, seasons. I guess that's a fair statement. I mean, I like Series 9 a lot, but, it's pretty subjective. Then Whittaker's debut as the 13th Doctor proved to be an exciting departure, but the actor's first season failed to captivate with a departure from the usual formula. But all that changed in season 12. We're kind of like, I feel like we this maybe should have been the introduction. Maybe it feels like this should have been like earlier in the article. I don't know. Feels like we're just repeating stuff now. After the standalone nature of season 11, the new outing offered an overarching story that brought back familiar faces, both heroic and villainous. The season once again introduced a true sense of excitement, one that kept growing with each subsequent episode. Suddenly, fans couldn't wait for the next installment and were forced to mute social media channels to ensure no spoilers would be revealed beforehand. I will admit, I did try to avoid Twitter before I saw the episodes more often this season, so that is a valid point. But I would argue that just because there's more spoiler heavy moments and twists, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a better season per se. It just means it's a little more interesting than season 11 was. And whether that makes it better than some previous seasons is yet to be determined, I suppose. Or it is determinable, but not necessarily definitive. Suddenly every episode was crucial, and every moment could surprise the audience. I guess that's true, but only in that it's a possibility, but not necessarily guaranteed. Because the Haunting of Via Diodati is a good example, just because we thought that was gonna be a standalone thing, and then it became more arcish. But I don't know if that's really that makes every episode like that per se. It does at least make you want to watch all the episodes, but that's always kind of been the case anyway, because you want to at least watch every episode, well, on the off chance there might be a reference to an arc or something, but also just because you want every episode to be good, so you want to check out as many as you can if at all possible. And I guess it depends how you feel about how many people showed up, because the viewing figures for Series 12 were definitely lower than what we had for Series 11 in the UK. So I don't know how much success there really was in that. The questions fans had were dissected continuously, and the answers that were eventually delivered have opened up the floodgates for the future. Season 12 didn't just continuously deliver. It left everyone eagerly anticipating Season 13. Or they were really mad, it's a possibility. The only real, major hanging thing we have right now is the cliffhanger at the end of with the Doctor in jail, and which is going to lead to another dog story. And we're going to be dealing with some companion stuff, presumably, because of rumors that, or speculation or statements that Bradley Walsh will be leaving. So I guess that's something to look forward to. But I don't know if people are really anticipating the arc that much, just because there's a lot of issues there. And I guess that's about it for the article. Doctor Who stars Jodie Whittaker as the 13th iteration of the titular Time Lord. Whittaker is joined by co-stars Bradley Walsh, Tosin Cole, and Amanda Gill, and a series spearheaded by showrunner Chris Chibnall. The next episode of Revolution of the Daleks will air this holiday season. The new episode in all previous 11 seasons will stream on HBO Max later this year. So that's that article. I'm not really sure it provided that much solid evidence compared to previous seasons. There was more interest in the season, I guess, but I don't know if this will be hailed as one of the best down the line, just because there was so much reversal on certain things, and I think people might still be annoyed with that. So who can say? So that's it for this article. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I've seen certain people react to articles like this, so I thought it might be good to try something like this out, and maybe if this works out, people might watch more of these in the future, or I might do more of these in the future, and we'll see if it works out, if there's any decent things to look at. So this was just a spur of the moment thing, so I hope you all enjoyed it.